Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Hey, y'all. I need as many people as possible on here tonight. Like, tonight is going to be deep, real deep. But hey, can I get everybody to share? I know it's been a couple of weeks since we've been on here, but life has been good. We've been so busy. And, like, this conversation tonight, this topic is going to be heavy. So, if you are friends with us, if you are friends with us, then what was I saying? If you are friends with us, please share, 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 share. Hold up, Ro, I got you. I'm trying to figure out how to share this. There's too much going on. I thought I just sent it to you, but give me a second. Y'all hold up. Y'all know we always have technical difficulties. But I need y'all to share. Um, share. Let's get these views up. Ro, I don't know. You go just wait until I put the link in there because I'm not sure how to do this. And go to your Ro P Hill. That's what I sent it to. Ro P Hill. But hey, Jess, how you doing, girl? How are you doing? But tonight, Ro, check your Ro P Hill messenger. I just sent it to you. But I want as many people as possible to come on because the last it's probably been 2 weeks since I've did the girls' room. It's not intentional. As I tell y'all that I love y'all, I love being a part of y'all family as well as you guys being a part of mine. But the last, I'm gonna say the last 120 days has been some of my highest highs and my lowest lows as I walk this earth. And I'm pretty sure that I got family, friends who's connected to me, who know what I'm going to share tonight. I'm pretty sure they could say the same thing. But I want you guys to really share. Like, I really want y'all to share this post. I want everybody to share because this is going to be really deep. And as y'all see, if y'all friends with us, in the comment, we're going to be talking about generational curses. And at 8:25, we're going to do something different tonight. I'm going to put the link in the comment where as many people possible can chime in, meaning chime in and come, and you will interact with me face to face via video because I want, like, I'm just tired of the enemy. Like, the enemy don't play fair. Like, he don't play fair, but I'm tired of him. And so because I know he don't play fair, I know how to beat him at his own game. And one of those things is, as it relates to the topic that we're going to talk about tonight, is shedding some light. That's why we outside, y'all. Look how beautiful it is too. We're going to shed some light on these things. We're going to bring some light to situations. And I will say this, and me and somebody earlier was talking about it, like generational curses. It's prevalent in everybody's family. But when it comes to certain curses, it's more prevalent in our family. And when I say our, I mean the Black community. And because no one talks about it, and we always sweeping stuff up under the rug, no one gets no healing. And therefore, we see no change in our community. And that's why the cycle continues. And that's why Junebug is doing what his mama did. Or little Kenny is doing what his daddy granddaddy was doing. And so as I talked to my two nieces that I talked to earlier before I came on here, because whatever God tells me to do, they know we go do it regardless. Whatever He says, that's just a mandate. And y'all, while I'm talking, y'all keep me posted as far as 825 because I don't want to miss. Because I want as many people as possible. If you are viewing this, I don't care. If you on Twitch or YouTube, I hope you come over to Facebook so you can get the link. I'm not sure if it will. It might post on those pages, but if it don't, come over to Facebook so you can join. And Ro, let me know whether or not you got the link or not. But it's fine if you didn't because it's gonna be posted. So I want as many people as possible so we can talk. And we ain't gonna get into it until then. And so one of the things that prior to me coming on before Ro called in is that God had me go back while I was getting dressed for tonight because of so much stuff that's been going on. He had me go back and start looking at the very first taping of The Girls Room. The very first taping. And so we got 2 more minutes. So let me go ahead on and put it in here. And then I just hit enter when that time comes. But it's gonna be in the comments, Ro. So you can be able to click on it when once I hit send. But at the very first one, and I remember when God gave me this, right? This was back in November. We had just came back from Miami celebrating my birthday. And I'm always around my family. Always around my family. We did so many things together. And so God gave me this vision. He told me, He said, daughter, I want you to go and I want you to bring a group of women together. And I just want y'all to just talk and be real. And the group of women were the women in my family. And so we started The Girls Room. I think our very first taping was November the 20th, November the 18th, something like that. I don't know. But I called all my nieces over here. And right when we was just supposed to be brainstorming. And they was like, no, Lynn, come on, Auntie, we need to go ahead on and go live. And so we went live that night. But we went live on Facebook. So if you go back, I'm not sure if the first video is on there or not, but I do have a copy of it. But, God had me refresh my memory of the reason why we are doing The Girls Room. And one of those things that I will always declare and I decree is that transparency. Truth and honesty. I have to be open. That's how I live my life. I don't like secrets. I can't stand people who have secrets. I don't want that around me. Because when you have stuff like that, that's when the enemy comes in. And I'm not saying like you can't have certain information that you share with people. I'm talking about excuse me, y'all, I'm adding this, it's 825. So there's the link if you want to participate tonight. But when I talk about when I talk about secrets, I'm talking about things that are detrimental to people you are hiding them from. Meaning, if you know that somebody was planning to go blow up the White House and you say nothing, and that person goes and they blow up the White House and you knew it, you're just as blamed as they were. So I'm going to say it like this. You might as well just sit right there and just absorb that. You might as well had just went and blew up the White House yourself because you did nothing. And so, Ro, did you get the link so you can come in? So one of the things in this first video that I know we declared and we decreed, like not only in the first one, but over and over, like this is our family. We want to be real. We want to be transparent. That's how I am. My nieces, my family, everybody that know me knows that. And so tonight we go share some truth, and y'all already know. And that's why I say I'm gonna beat the devil at his own game because he don't play fair. I'm going to shed some light to some things because we can laugh, we can party, we can go out, we can have good time, we can travel the world, we can make as much money as we want. But if we do not shed light on some of these curses that are plaguing our community, our families, our kids, our health, our finances, the list goes on. If we don't say nothing about it, how are we going to get healed? How? If we say nothing and we do nothing, we can expect nothing. And so, in that, I told Ro, this some heavy stuff. Like, this really some heavy stuff, y'all. Like last year, COVID, 2020, like God allowed that to happen just to get our attention. He did that just to get our attention. So we can stop and rest and pay attention. That's what's going on. Man, COVID was a blessing. It was. Beginning, going into 2020, God said the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. That's all he kept on saying to me. Like the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. I ain't understand what he was saying. So all 2020, as God was opening up all this money, stimulus check, loans, PPP, grants, this, the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. So yeah, we as a culture, we got ahead, we did some things, but that wasn't enough because spiritually, we so defeated, we so dead. Spiritually, then 2021 comes in, and God says 2021 is going to be the year of the turning of the tides. And I'm like, what? Turning of the tides? And so when you think about tides, man, tides mean once you get in tides, they take you places. Like they are like currents. Like you got to hold on to something. And it flows so fast. Like if you're not holding on to it, before you know it, you will be swept downstream and you'll be like, how did I get down here? That's because you weren't holding on to nothing. And that could be anything. But I'm going to put it like we hadn't been holding on to God. You know, the one that causes the tides, the ones who will be our captain in the tide, the one who would direct us in the tide. So when he said it's going to be a changing of tides, I was like, okay, God, what? Okay, I see where you're coming. I see Ro coming in. Hey, girl.
Hey everybody.
So when the changing of the tides came, I'm like, okay, so changing of the tides, what do that mean? That means we gonna change some things around. Whereas we was flowing downstream. Now God is turning it where upstream it would seem like it would be impossible. But if we hold on to the right thing, guess what he'll do? Guess what God will do? He'll guide us right up that tide. And you know, I don't know why he got me going like spiritual. I do know why he got me going spiritual because this is heavy. This is really heavy. And so when you think about the turning of the tides, that means things are turning in our favor. And when things turn in our favor, instead of us flowing with everybody else, we change and we do different. You know why? Because we are peculiar people. People, we are set aside, God's chosen few. You know, those are the things. So we don't do things the way that everybody else do it. And so when people or society say that this is the way that we supposed to do it, nope. We got to turn that thing around and we got to do it the way that God says do it. So with that comes the topic of generational curses and the part it plays in our lives, in our community, in our health, in our finances, in our careers, in our marriages, in anything that we do in life, it affects us. And I bind up that saying because I've been hearing it so much in the last 120 days. Like, leave the past in the past because you can't get that back. The only time I can leave the past in the past is when I dealt with it so it don't affect my future. But if I ain't dealt with it, the past is following me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the effect of generational curses. And we have to change that narrative in our community. We start by shedding light on the truth. We can't hide stuff, man. And then you want to know why your kids doing what they doing. Because when God brought it to your front door, guess what you started to say? Oh, girl, you ain't see what you see. So you go tell me, I'm sitting in your living room right at your front door, and you ain't go tell me that that bone just flew in here like, oh, I guess I'm crazy.
Yep.
We got to change that, man. And we got to say something. We got to open our mouths. And with opening our mouths, we got to open our mouth and say what thus says the Lord. Not what everybody else say. We got to say what God says. But tonight is heavy. Ro, what you want to say? Because you already know. This right here is my lane.
Okay.
Anybody else? And Courtney, thank you. Thank you, babe.
I'm just gonna say this. And I know some of y'all saw my Facebook post today when I
What
was saying
post?
I made a post that I was saying, like, I've been hearing this saying and up and down people's news feed and stuff talking about how they protecting their peace and they don't be around toxic people and things of that nature. But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, half the time the people that you claiming are toxic is not them, is you.
Girl, you
And,
said a mouthful.
you know, you have to sometimes take accountability of how you are in a certain situation. And people keep saying, I'm gonna remove myself from this person or this place or whatever. But you take you wherever you go. So if you ain't fixed what's inside of you that's wrong, it doesn't matter who you around, where you at, and none of that. Because when you got true peace, and that means true peace within
Yeah,
yourself,
true.
no matter what nobody say or do, can't nobody disturb that. And so
That's
you have
true.
evaluation of, like, really, what is it that I'm doing? Or maybe this person is supposed to be in your life for you
That's
to,
true.
to teach you certain lessons and things of that nature. Like, you have to take accountability for yourself, and you have to realize, just like you come with flaws and messed up half the time,
Yes.
people around you are the same way. So who the fuck is you? You ain't God. You know what I'm
That's
saying? You
so
have to
true.
learn to, no matter what goes on, who's around, that this person isn't going to control you and how you feel about certain situations and places.
That is
Then you
so
stop, like, hanging around or blaming other people because they choose, like, you don't like certain family members, but because other family members hang around that family member, you don't.
so true. So true. Your volume just went out. Your volume.
Yeah, because I had just got a phone call to
Oh,
come through. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So you have to wonder why you feel the way that you do, especially in our families. It's
that's
okay
true.
for us to get away with friends and just cutting friends and stuff out of your life. But you don't understand that God built a family first. First, there was a husband and a wife, and then he built a family, which means there's a purpose for you having family. Not this blood. Every time I know blood makes you related, family makes you loyal.
Mm-mm.
That's not how, I mean, yeah, it's true in a sense, because there are people out here that you consider that are your family that are more loyal to you than your family is. But let me explain something to you. There is a reason that the first set of people that were created was a family. It wasn't just a man and a wife, they also had children. So that means God honors the family union. And so for you to sit there and say, well, I don't fuck with this cousin, or I don't fuck with this auntie, or I don't fuck with this brother and this sister, you're wrong and out of order. Because what you're supposed to do is, it says, if me as your brother, and that don't mean literally your brother, has
Yep.
offended you, has said something or done something to you, then you two are to come together and come to some kind of agreement. And if you can't come to an agreement, then you take it to the elders in the community. Your elders in your community are your ancestors, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your family. Also said that a family that prays together stays together. He didn't say a friend that's been close to you that prays with you stays together. He said a family that prays together stays together. So that means that y'all need to cut this bullshit out, talking about, oh, that's just my related person. No, that's not how that works. Y'all need to get right, whatever it is. And the point of having a family is because when things go wrong and shit get hectic, I know I got somebody that got my back that's gonna be there for me. I might not always like what my cousins or my aunts or uncles or mother, father say. I might not like what they do. But what I can tell you, and anybody in my family that say anything differently, they telling you a lot. My family know I love y'all. I don't give a fuck what y'all say and do. Everybody's welcome at my house. I don't treat nobody no different. No, none of that. Why? Because no matter who you are and what stage in life you are, you're still my motherfucking blood. You're still my family. And I'm still going to honor you. And I ain't going to let nobody fuck with you just because.
So true.
Y'all need to get it together. And it's sad that the only time family, especially black families, come together is when somebody didn't die. Like, why should I have to be boo-hooing over your casket to see the rest of my family?
Generational curses.
Like, that's sad. Like, I got
Generational curses.
I got a cousin that live in the next parking lot. We ain't seen each other in 3 months. Now, it ain't because we don't fuck with each other. It's just because he worked crazy ass hours and I'm always out of town somewhere. But I'm just saying, like, it's a shame how we don't get together as families no more. We don't even do fucking family reunions. When the last time y'all had a straight up reunion?
So y'all, let me interject y'all to what Ro is talking about, and I'm just gonna be so transparent. So the girls' room started out with how many of us, Ro? 6 or 7?
6.
6 of us. It's only 2 of us now. Let me tell you what the enemy thought he was doing. He thought he was winning. He didn't. Because of generational curses. Because of generational curses, the other 4 is not here. Generational curses that Ro and I have been dealing with. Me, her, and other family members who have came together and said, we want truth. We want to stand in God's truth. And that's okay. If our family don't want to give it to us, you know what we'll do? We'll fast, we'll pray, we'll seek his face, because God will reveal everything that we need to know. And that's what he's been doing. And today when he said, daughter, it's time, you got to release some things, I'm like, what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But if me opening my mouth and exposing the truth and tell the enemy that he do not win, you have no place in my life, in my family's life, in my children's life. You have no place. If that's what I have to do, is to stand on the truth. That's exactly what I do. And y'all already know me. My family already know me. Don't call my phone. Don't call my phone. Don't come to my house
I ain't gonna
unless
bullshit. You can call my phone because, like I just
that's
said,
wrong.
I believe in, if somebody has wronged you, you go to that person and you tell them what they is. Just like I sat there at a family gathering and I told my cousins exactly how I felt about a certain situation or this situation, and how, my thing is, you don't have to like me. You don't have to fuck with me. No, none of that. But don't sit here and act like, you know what I'm saying, I didn't did something and I don't even know I did it to you. Like, if I offended you, say I offended you. We supposed to be family. You supposed to be able to come to me and tell me, it was real messy how you handle such and such, or what you said to me or whatever. I ain't unrealistic. I'm gonna hear your point of view. I might not agree with it, but I will respect what it is that you're saying. But once I got it off my chest and said what I had to say about the situation, it was no longer on me. It was on them. So if they still chose to say, well, I still ain't fucking her or whatever, that was on them. But I've cleared my conscience and know that I'm saying here right now, I ain't got issues with nobody in my family. I love everybody unconditionally. That goes for grandma, aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody. Because life is too short for me to be holding grudges. And if anybody has done anything to me, I've come to you personally and told you how I felt about it. I ain't put it on Facebook trying to throw shade or, I'm saying, none of that. I've come to you directly. Now, whether you received it or not, that's on you.
And with that being said, she is so right. Hey, Avi, she
Hold on, let me say this. And let me put this disclosure out there because I've heard this, so I'm just nip it in the bud right now. Lynn is not my motherfucking doctor, my God, okay? Lynn don't tell me what to do. I think for myself. Me and Lynn don't on every
you
subject.
see, that's how the enemy works. So y'all, let me tell y'all.
About a lot of things. But what y'all fail to realize is Ro is the type of person I go with the flow. I don't like confrontation. I don't like my family arguing and that type stuff. So whatever the masses want to do, Ro gonna smoke a blunt and she gonna sit back and she gonna chill and let motherfuckers do what they do. I ain't got time to be arguing, falling out with people because this person want to do this and do that. Whatever the majority wants to do, I'm chill, laid back. Let's go do this. That's how I am and operate. So Lynn don't tell me what to do and she don't pull my strings, okay? I'm a grown
man. Thank you for even saying that, because me and Ro don't even be together like that, and we don't talk because I'm so busy. Period. Busy, like really busy. Warren, in the spiritual realm. We talk, but we don't talk like that.
Talking about nobody. We talking how to get this goddamn money.
Money.
You know what I'm saying? Like what we doing on the next this and the next that, but we ain't sitting around talking about.
We ain't got time. We ain't got time. Let me tell y'all something.
Time for that type stuff.
We ain't got time for that because spiritual warfare is for real. If y'all don't believe it, let me tell y'all. In the last 120 days, y'all, I have seen my family, my life. I'm pretty Ro can say it too. And I got a few family members that's in the comment. It's like we walk in the Bible. Like this stuff has been so profound to us. And we are so. We are like, are you for real? But everybody is mad at Lynn, which y'all already know. I don't give a damn. I can say that because I can handle it. I really can handle it. My anointing cost me something, and that's real talk. And I ain't saying how great I am. I'm just saying how great my God is. My anointing cost me something, so I can handle it. And I don't mind going to the pits of hell and standing in the enemy's face for my family. I went to bat for my fucking family. Like this real talk. I went to bat for them. Like I went to bat. Have been going to bat for my family since I was born. And you know what happened? My family. But maybe about before I left, when did I go to Monday night before I left to go to New Orleans? God had me Luke, I think it was Luke 12. He had it read. It was reading to me. It was just reading to me, and it was talking about how prophets are not even accepted in their own family, in their own town. And they was talking about Jesus, man. And so, God was, because he's been dealing with me with this, y'all. I don't want y'all to think, even in my family that's looking at this, that might be like, damn, what is she talking about? Like, I can't believe she would, I don't want y'all to think that I hate y'all or nothing like that. It's not that. My anointing cost me something. And when I said yes to God, I wasn't playing. Like, for real. I was not playing. And I don't care if I got to cut my mama off, my sister off, my brother off, my kids off. My anointing cost me something. And the next generation, these generational curses, Y'all, this stuff for real. And somebody have to be the sacrifice. Jesus was the sacrifice to stand up to say, no, my grandkids, my grandkids will not go through and endure what I've been going through for the last 44 years with my family. When I look at my life and they tell me, oh, no, girl, you wrong. And oh, she just a baby. Excuse her, overlook her. Hey, we're not doing that no more. It stops, man. And since people don't believe that generational curses affects everything, one of the things that God has been revealing to me, like in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I told Ro and Angie, is this: people don't even understand that generational curses affect your finances, your businesses, how you move, man, your living. This is so, and we have to talk about this. People in our community are dying every day because nobody opened their mouth
Yeah.
and confronted that thing that came forth. You didn't confront it. You just let it go. You saw it happening and you said nothing. Just like at the beginning of this taping, I said that if somebody come and tell you that they is about to go blow up the White House and you say nothing and they go blow up the White House, you're just as guilty. That's what generational curses does. It keeps on going down the circle, the line. So you continue to see your family being blown up, your finances being blown up, your marriages being blown up, your kids being blown up. Guess why? You ain't said nothing. You said none then. Just say it.
And that's what's even sadder about it. Like we were talking about this, and it's not to like get on
Girl, look how you don't
my
transformed in front of that camera. Go ahead.
nothing against my LGBTQ community out there, but it's sad that in Black families how we accept the child molester in the family before we accept the gay person in the family.
Ain't that sad?
And I'm
Ain't
because
that sad?
it's sad because you accepting that cousin Billy or Uncle Darryl touching a family member is okay when you have like okay, you wonder why your son and your daughter acting a certain way. And you sitting there saying now I never did nothing like that. Ain't nothing like that never happened to me. But yet it happened to your child. What happened to your mother? Or you find you know how you find people in life that ghetto is like out here. Now I'm hood. Everybody know I'm hood. But I know when to turn it on and I know when to turn it off. Okay. And there are people out here who are just straight up good like every day, all day. It don't matter what the situation is, right? Okay. Now y'all just think about this. This person told me, my mama act like that. My grandma act like that. So I'm gonna act like that. But just
Your
because your
phone going.
grandmother act like that doesn't mean that it's okay for you to act like that. Somebody has to have enough sense in the fucking family to say that's right.
Yeah, that's so true.
Wonder why you can't let children go out and play. It's because you're dealing with something that happened to you and you passing it here. Hey, you don't want your certain way around you to something happen to you. So you like it, your child act that way. You wonder why Jimmy always getting in trouble in school. And you like, I done what I supposed to do. I did this and I taught them that and I ain't never act like that in front of them, so I don't know where they getting it from. But guess what? Just like they say in our DNA that there are genes that come
Mhm.
back, that retro that come back up in
Yeah,
generations. about is generational
Versus,
curses. Those things that you haven't dealt with as an adult that happened to you in your past and as a child, they affect you. Now you say, well, that happened 40 years ago, so you should just suck it up and just let it go. But
it don't work like
if I didn't block it out for 30 years, but then on the 10th year anniversary, I remember everything. You still gonna tell me to let it go? Well, you ain't
yeah,
dealt with it all. I mean, you've been living life just fine. Yeah, it's true. What you don't know won't hurt you, but once you know, it affects
yeah,
you. It
it
not only
does.
affects you, it affects you as well.
Yeah,
So, you have to be careful and don't just always brush stuff up under the rug because until and then I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all gonna laugh when I tell you this, but it's God honest truth. I used to be a substance abuse counselor, okay? And what I found is that me dealing with the clients that I had, nobody woke up that morning and was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna try drugs today. I think that's
yeah,
what I'm gonna do. 9 times out of 10, they went through a traumatic experience that they're trying to block out, and they don't
yeah,
want to deal. They don't want to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with it, or it was slipped on them by somebody that they trusted,
yeah.
and they got hooked. But the ones who are dealing with the experience, it, you look at that family member, they can get they 70 years old and they still doing the same thing they did when they were 30 years old. It's that they have not dealt with it to go out here and do the things that they were doing in the first place. All, we all got habits that we do different things. That's why it's called negative coping skills. Whether
Yeah,
it's shopping, everybody think that it's always drugs or alcohol. No, it could be that
it's
you
not.
shop. It
Yep,
could be that you know what I'm saying. You go out to you eat too much. It could be
yep,
it could be a numerous things. Anything that you to deal with the situation that is a coping skill, whether it's a positive coping skill or a negative. So until you deal with the things that cause you to do the things you do, you're gonna always keep falling back. So that's why we always told our clients, we be like, man, if you know that going down the street every day is gonna fall down, why would you keep going down the street? So when you start to pray and you keep saying, Lord, why? Why I keep going? Is because it's something that you have not dealt with that is causing you to have a negative reaction, and in return, you're negative things to cope with.
yeah. So true. She is so true, y'all. She is on it. So true. When some back in March when Family Truth, Family Secrets came out for us. Well, for me, I don't know about Ro and the other ladies, but for me, um, one of the hardest things I had to do was go to my mother, y'all. That was one of the hardest things in my life. But I went to my mother because I'm not one of those ones who like to circumvent, mean like go around the situation. I believe going straight to the head. Let's get it. Let's talk about it. Let's deal with it head on. And I went and I had a conversation with my mom about some things, y'all. And just talking to her, like it made me it made me sad. It made my heart hurt for her. It made me sad. Then it made me feel sorry for her. And then I got angry with her. And then I got angry with God. And then I got angry with everybody else. And then I just, okay, God, like none of all this is coming out and you showing me that's what you want me to do with all this. And one of the things that I'm learning about when truth is revealed, it does not make a difference. We have to stand in it. Ain't no need for getting angry. Ain't no need for getting mad. Ain't no need for getting resentful. We have to stand in it because that is a part of our DNA, and it's a reason. It is a reason that God allowed whatever circumstances to go on in our lives. And right at that moment, I did not like, what was the reason? Tell me what's the reason of somebody, you know, making a conscious decision on the behalf of me and my family that was not beneficial to us. Yeah, that make me mad. Like to sit in my mother's face to tell her that, and tell her like, Mom, you did not protect me. Point blank, period. Anybody that's listening to this, hey, you can share it. You can give it to her. You can send her this link. She'll tell you. I don't play, y'all. When it comes to the things of God, I don't play. I do not care who it is. If God tell me to go, I will go. But to sit as a 44-year-old black, educated, strong woman, to sit in front of my mother to tell her, you didn't protect me. And even now, you still not protecting me. Y'all, that hurt. Y'all, that hurt. Being that I'm a mom of four, and God blessed me with two bonus kids, so I'm the mom of six and seven grandkids. And y'all, let me tell you, and my family know this. They know this to this day. And that's why some things they don't even try. They don't even, they won't even try me on. And this real talk. It ain't because I'm so great. It's just because of God. I would go to the end of the earth for mine. Like for real. Mecklenburg County, orange jumpsuit. I will wear it gladly for mine. You know, motherhood is one of the best things. Being a parent is one of the best things in life. Like I think about, I don't travel all over the world, man. I don't talk to so many people who wanted to have kids, who couldn't have kids. Motherhood, parenthood is the most, it is a blessing, y'all. And then you get parents who have kids freely and they don't do what they supposed to do. Man, that's sad. That's a sad case. But we changing this narrative. I'm not mad at my family. I'm not mad at my mama. I'm not mad at nobody. To God be the glory that He allowed us to go through. Because what I'm saying is that He allowed for us to go through what we going through so we can get to the other side, y'all. And one of the things that generational curses and what I've been seeing with this, and He's been revealing in these last few months, is that we had to go through to get to where we going. And I said to Ro and Angie, what did I say to y'all Monday before I left?
You got to go through it.
In addition to that, I said in our
And I'm just
community.
going to say, like, for me.
You say what?
I said that, well, from my perspective, like, I'm just gonna be transparent, and this is no shade to my mother at all. When I
Mm-hmm.
say this is a learning experience for somebody
Mm-hmm.
out there who needs to hear it. Anybody that knows me and my situation, and for those who don't know, I've been married twice. The first time I got married because it was more so like out of obligation. You know what I'm saying? My parents was like, y'all ain't gonna be shacking up in here and this and that and the other, and God ain't pleased, this and that and the other. We had been talking about getting married, but it was more so like we wanted to do it on our time and not somebody else's time. So with that being said, I got married. Um, my marriage was pure hell for me. My husband began smoking crack and life just went downhill. Out of the deal, I got two beautiful children. Okay. Fast forwarding, got married again. This time I got married to somebody that I loved. And I went in with my eyes wide open. And, you know, when I say I love this man, I really, really, truly love this man. But he had some from generational curses in his family because he grew up in a family of alcoholics. Everybody drank. And I'm talking about breakfast was a 18 pack of Budweiser, okay? That type of
Yeah.
alcoholics. And so I married him. He ended up getting on drugs and, you know, marriage being destroyed, messed up, going through a divorce right now. Okay. Now I said all of this, and I said this in the beginning about my mother. Because guess why? My mother
Yeah.
has been married now. Let me get it right. 4 times. Okay. The first man that she married, he married her basically the same way. It was almost like obligation, but she was, you know, she had dated him before, but they rekindled or whatever. And same situation, got married, had kids, and ended up being on her husband ended up being on crack. So that was the second example I had of what a marriage was supposed to be. The first one was my dad and his wife, which to me is perfect. I know it ain't, but I've not seen nothing wrong in it. Okay. So I saw my father and his wife, which was a good marriage, but then I saw my mother, who I grew up in the household with every day, and she was in a toxic marriage from the beginning. And she shouldn't have stayed, but she did because she took her vow seriously, saying that for better for worse, this is what I'm going to do. So this was instilled in me as well. Okay,
Mm.
they get a divorce. She go marry another dude. Guess what? He an even worse crackhead than the first husband was. Okay, so once again, I'm seeing this. My mom putting up with it. She like, you know, God gonna work it out. He gonna deliver him, and you know,
Mm.
everything gonna be okay. And needless to say, that didn't work out. So she gets married again. This time, she don't get a crackhead. She gets somebody who's possessive. She gets somebody who's mentally abusive. Okay. And by this point, I'm still in a messed up marriage, and I'm looking at my mother and how she's enduring all these things to keep her family together, to keep her husband happy, to keep her children happy, you know, doing what she thinks she's supposed to be doing as a mother. And me and my sisters grow up with this, okay? Then, needless to say, that
Oh,
one didn't
in
work out.
the name of Jesus. In the
So
name of
here it
Jesus.
is, she's on number 4, okay? And with husband number 4, she's going through with him like she did with husband number 2, number 3, okay?
Cycles.
And here it is, like I say, I'm on my second marriage. And when I say I am so afraid of giving somebody another chance or giving my heart to somebody because I don't want to end up like my mother. I don't want to end
Yep.
up married 3 or 4 times trying to get it right. I don't want to sit here and be the girl who always end up with the alcoholic or the crackhead because that's not the type of woman I am. I don't deal in those type of things. But because of what I grew up with and around and the examples that I had, this is what I get. Now I got daughters who sat here and watched me
Yep.
go through abuse, toxic marriage after toxic marriage. And I did the same thing my mother did. I did it because I
Mother.
wanted my family to be together. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted my children
Oh God.
a father and a mother. I wanted to do right by God because God honors marriages.
Mm-mm.
I wanted to
Mm-mm.
do because I wanted people to see that, you know,
Mm.
he broken, I'm broken, but guess what? I'm there for you. I can because I my mother say I my mother go through it with men who knew a fuck about her, who used her love and didn't care. And then here it is, I go through the same thing. So
Mm.
now that I'm out of my second marriage, it's like when I tell you
I'm so damaged to the point where even if a man came and showed me love right now unconditionally,
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't even give him the time of day because I'm so hurt and broken myself. And then I passed that on to my daughters. And I had to
Mm.
come as a mother and apologize to them and say, I'm sorry that I wasn't the best example as a mother. I was the best example of what a woman should and should not put up with. And I see my daughters going through some of the same things that I went through as a woman growing up trying to find love.
Yep.
But luckily, I recognized it. And so, because I recognize it, I'm in therapy. I got my kids in therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And black folks are always saying, that not leave that, we'll
You
do
ain't
with
gonna tell
our
nobody
moms, this and
that.
that and the other.
Yeah.
But
Ignorance.
that is what's wrong with it. We so busy on keeping our business to ourselves. And you know what
Self.
I'm
Yep.
saying? Not letting nobody know. But baby, I'm trying to tell you, the more you try to hide it, the more people see it. So you're not hiding nothing. You're only hurting yourself. Go get you a damn therapist. Fuck what your friends and your family is saying. Go get you a therapist and get somebody to talk to. Somebody who ain't gonna say, girl, you need to do this and you need to do that. Or you know what I'm saying, your boys telling you, you know what I'm saying, how to treat your woman and they wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they going through stuff themselves. So I'm just saying, like, me being transparent about my situation. That's why I say you have to take a look at yourself. And I had to even go to my mother and tell my mother, I used to blame you for a lot of things. And I had good reason to blame you for a lot of things. But now that I am a mother
Mm.
and I am a wife, I understand why you
Mm.
did the things that you did. I'm not
Mm.
saying it
Mm.
was right by all, because she could have did stuff a whole lot different. But then I had to
Oh,
think about those days that situations that I was in with my children when I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? And how I had to
yeah. Mm.
choose between feeding them and feeding myself. How I slept in my car, you know what I'm saying, with my children. Also, I had to deal with an abused man. You know what I mean? Like you, what you do as a woman to survive and get to the next day, and especially if
Yeah.
you're a mother. So she
Yeah.
wasn't always right, but I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I was trying to get my mama to understand. Like, um, just being honest and just speaking the truth about some things because of that. Like even with you talking, Ro, like you was even shedding some light on even my own situation, like because of my mom's disobedience and not breaking the curse, how I stayed in a marriage, I stayed in a relationship, how I gave so much of myself in a relationship because I saw my mama do it. And even though I was a baby, when they split, my mom stayed in a relationship for however long. It was too damn long. I'm just gonna say that. And it's not to put her business out there or what's going on in our family because it's not even about the specifics of what happened. The specifics is this: generational curses destroys people. Secret destroys people, y'all. It kills us. Like I would do, and Rodon went to her kids. I don't went to my kids. Like we have these conversations with our children all the time about secrets because I don't want the pattern to continue. Like when all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff came out, it started making sense. Like, oh, that's why I do that. Because I always wondered, where did that come from? Like, I don't be around that. I don't do that. I don't even participate. Where did that come from? The sins of my father, the sins of my mother who did not correct them. And if we don't correct them and confront them, they pass on from generation to generation. And I bind it in the name of Jesus. And I said, when it started coming up, it will not go. It stops. I declared and I decree on that day, March 7th, 2021, to my mother, as for me going forth, my family, it stops. Whatever I have to do, I don't want my family to be affected. And I ain't saying that just to say it. So that if that
Yeah.
means I have to put down my plate, if I have to sacrifice, if that means I have to fast, if that means I have to cry, if that means I have to scream, whatever it is that I have to do, just so my family can be healed. We have to change this narrative. This is what's destroying our Black community. If we want to keep it real, the secrets. Oh, grandma and them ain't gonna tell that, oh, you know
Yep.
that's that man's baby right there. You know that's the baby, the mailman's baby. And girl, don't you know he got the wife down there with the kids and all that? And you know the baby is liking this. You know that foolishness. We got to cut that foolishness
Yeah.
off at the head. If we want to take our communities back, if we want to take our kids
Yeah.
back, if we want to take our finances back, if we want to take our dignity back, because we made, man, it used to be a time like Martin Luther King, he died. He died for us. He was fighting for a cause. We got to open our mouth, and we the first to say, you know, it's the white man, it's the white man, it's the white man, it's the white man, it's the white man. No, it's not the white man. You know, the Williams brothers got
Yeah.
this song called Sweep Around Your Own Front Door Before You Try to Sweep Around Mine. Let's clean up our house first before we go out and say it's the white man. What is going on inside of your house that you have not told nobody about, that you hiding because you ashamed, or you don't want nobody to know, and you don't want nobody to look at you differently? Who cares? Because I don't care. But what I do care about is your son or your daughter or your grandchild who has to go through whatever she going through because you didn't want to confront what happened to you. Oh, you don't want your secrets. You don't want nobody to look at you different. So what? They see it. Those that are spiritual, they see it. It's all over your face. And we try to hide it. And when I had a meeting in my house on March the 6th with my sisters, I told all six of them that was sitting in here, and they know, baby girl don't play no games. I will whoop all y'all asses for my nieces. I would go to bat for my nieces because y'all sit and y'all act like ain't nothing going on, but you ain't gonna sit here and act like that damn bone just flew out of your mouth over there. That goddamn steak just flew out your mouth. Damn, did you see that whole house over there? That whole house just came out of your mouth. But we crazy and we don't see nothing.
And
This is real, y'all. It's time out. We got to take back. The Bible talks about the kingdom of God suffers violence, and the violence take it by force. We got to go take some things back. We got to take it back. As long as we say nothing, we won't see nothing. If we keep on sweeping it up under the rug, you know what's going to happen? We go trip over all our secrets and bust our head wide open. And then guess what? It's going to be too late because now the curse has went on down to the next generation. What we going to do about it? Well, I had this conversation tonight. I had to be obedient because I'm tired of doing nothing about it. I want to talk about it. I really want to talk about it because I want our people to be healed. And I ain't talking about, oh, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus healed. I'm talking about a healing because truth brings about healing. A healing where you can walk in God's peace, you can walk in his joy, you can walk in his love, and it don't make a difference what you don't went through. It don't make a difference.
yeah, that's why I'm able to say what the fuck I want, with who I want to, or whatever. Because, like for real, and it's real, but for real, you're doing some bullshit. Know you doing some bullshit. Guess what? You're doing some bullshit. Bold enough to know that if somebody come confront you about it, ask you about it, whatever the case may be about it, that you should be not ashamed of what it is that you have done.
that you
So
did.
I am at the point in my life that if it's something that you want to know about Ro, I've always been an open book. But if you have specific questions that you would like to ask Ro, if know that I ain't ashamed of nothing I have done, and I will gladly answer it.
And
Because,
I ain't either.
like I said from the beginning, who the fuck is you? You is not God. And as long as my God know what my mama and my daddy know what I do, and they do. I don't hide shit from my parents. I don't hide nothing from my pastor. No, none of that. Because the Bible say, "Come as ye are," and he wasn't just talking about the church either. He was saying you as a person. Come as you are. And you can't accept me for who I am, then what? Like the man said today, fuck your life.
It's sad. Yeah, this has been a sad topic because we've been talking about this because we've been walking this out. We talk about this at least once a week because
It
there's so much stuff.
is screw. So
You
the
say what,
screw
Ro?
behind the latch that you open it. Yes, I'm sorry. That's.
I was like, what are you talking
I'm
about?
sorry. They trying to fix my window. They trying to fix my window.
Like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. They
Y'all,
trying to fix
tonight
my
has been.
window. So,
Tonight was. I told Ro tonight is gonna be heavy. Like this really go, and this gonna be ongoing. This gonna be really like ongoing. However long God tell us
yeah,
to
because
set anything.
I
Huh? You say
that's
what?
why they trying to fix my window. I said that's why you trying to fix my window because I got work to do. I have to go. I just got to come be on my way, and I'm still talking to y'all.
Gotcha. It's like
That's
so many
messed up. I
lies.
done put on my lashes and stuff and my little mascara and then cried that off on him.
Hey, look, that's why I did not go into details of beating my face because I said, you know, some guy, you was not about to set me up. Like, I already got like these ugly zits coming on my face. Like, I'm like, you're not about to set me up and have me on here, makeup running. Nope. In case I started crying. But, you know, I knew this was going to be a good conversation because of the fact that it's change coming. It's change coming to America. It is. And you know something, y'all, to be honest, it only takes one spark to start a fire. Just one. Everybody be trying to light the fire,
Yeah.
like get it roaring. A spark. Open up a door and let's talk about it. And for real, next week, what's next? Oh, next week, next Friday. I might be able to, but if you want to, you can go live. But you know, we need to really start talking about these things that affect our community if we want to see changes. And y'all, let me apologize to my to our viewers, like for real. So in the last Ro have been traveling for the last month. I have too. And when we traveling, I didn't know. Like it's people that I went to a city that I hadn't been to in over a year. And I went to an event maybe about 2, 3 weeks ago. I had a few people come up to me and say, Lynn, y'all don't do y'all show no more? You know, what happened
You,
to it? I was watching it and I was like, I like God has really been blessing us since we've been confronting some issues head on that God has really been blessing us. Like, so it's not that we don't want to be on here. We just like really have been busy. And so Ro came up with a great solution that we gonna start implementing, which we might have to implement next week, Ro. Cause Friday, yeah, we might have to implement that. But you know, it's people that we didn't even know. So people who are on Facebook Live, y'all look at these numbers. I don't look at them numbers because what I've learned is that those numbers are deceitful. They are very deceitful, for real. Viewers, very deceitful.
yeah. Like we get off
Very,
on here on
yeah.
Facebook, might look like thing, but two people watching, and go on other platforms that we are on and look at it be 600 people here, 30 people there, all of that
hmm
stuff counts, like for real.
Yeah, but it does.
You're
but
not
people
buying no
watch it.
boosting, no shows.
What is wrong with you?
You start cruising.
Well, yeah, and that's why I told her we had to come. We was talking about it Monday, and she was like, "Yeah, we gonna have to do something." Which I told her that would be wonderful because then, if it comes to a point that we do her idea, then you all can chime in, and
Go
then
to
when
the
we do come back, we can really have a discussion. We can really have a discussion because y'all, we don't want us just me and Ro to be talking. We want y'all to chime in. But Ro, you got anything else to say? Because we've been on here for over an hour, and I just came back from out of town, and I am really tired.
No, I told you I got to go to work.
Oh
I
yeah.
got my phone call, so no, I got to go.
Well, y'all, we just really thank y'all for tuning
It's y'all
in to
ready to
us
go home,
tonight.
baby.
Who? Who about to go home? I'm already at home.
DJ over here.
Oh, hey DJ.
No,
But
my
we just
shoot
thank
over here.
y'all.
And they finna leave.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
They say hey, DJ. Say hey.
For tuning in
He
tonight.
said hey.
We're about to sign off. We'll see you next week. We'll put well, Ro, when I hang up, when we get off of here, we go discuss
All
when we
right.
go do. But hi y'all. Bye bye. Enjoy. Have fun tonight, Ro too.